The learned counsel, appearing on behalf of the respondent on the other hand, would urge that having regard to the fact that both in the civil as also in the criminal proceeding the burden was on the defendant accused, and he having successfully discharged the same, the appellant could not have been allowed to continue the civil proceedings in view of the judgment rendered by the criminal court. The plaint was on the said premise directed to be rejected. Order 7, Rule 11 of the Code of Civil Procedure 1908 provides for rejection of a plaint inter alia on the premise the suit was barred by any statute. Such an embargo in the maintainability of the suit must be apparent from the averments made in the plaint. Stanza. There cannot be any doubt or dispute that a creditor can maintain a civil and criminal proceeding at the same time. Both the proceedings thus can run parallelly. The fact required to be proved for obtaining a decree in the civil suit and a judgment of conviction in the criminal proceedings may be overlapping, but the standard of proof in a criminal case vis-a-vis a civil suit indisputably is different. Whereas in a criminal case the prosecution is bound to prove the commission of the offence on the part of the accused beyond any reasonable doubt. In a civil suit, preponderance of probability would serve the purpose for obtaining a decree. Section 138 of the Negotiable Instruments Act provides that a dishonor of check subject to fulfillment of condition precedent as laid down in the proviso appended thereto a cognizable offence. The cause of action for institution of the civil suit was grant of loan, whereas that of the criminal case was return of a check inter alia on the premise that the account of the accused was insufficient to honor it, or that it exceeded the amount arranged to be paid from that account by an agreement with the bank. Section 138 of the Act contains a non-obstante clause may be raised that he had received the check of the nature referred to in Section 138 for the discharge in whole or in part of any debt or other liability. Stanza. Section 118 occurring in Chapter 13 of the Act provides for special rules of evidence. Until the contrary is proved, the presumption of consideration that every negotiable instrument was made or drawn for consideration, and that every such instrument, when it has been accepted, endorsed, negotiated, or transferred, was accepted, endorsed, negotiated, or transferred for consideration. Proviso appended thereto is provided that where the instrument has been obtained from its lawful owner or from any person in lawful custody thereof by means of an offence or fraud, or has been obtained from the maker or acceptor thereof by means of an offence or fraud, or for unlawful consideration, the burden of proving that the holder is a holder in due course lies upon him. What would be the effect of a judgment passed in the criminal proceedings in relation to the subject matter for which a civil proceeding has also been initiated in the question? In a criminal proceeding, although upon discharge of initial burden by the complainant, the burden of proof may shift on an accused, the court must apply the principles of presumption of innocence as a human right